It's the... Are you ready for some football?
Extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 14 carries, 72 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jenkins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down, Montgomery. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down at 4 now.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. The punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And now let's see how the young rookie... Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure to him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble. But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. "35 yards that time on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jenkins eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Jenkins. And his throw here's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jenkins. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heel.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields' throw pulled in by Robinson here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And his throw is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Pass incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And the Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get things started in the NFC West with L.A. making the trip to the desert to take on Arizona. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. Jalen Hurts has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we get up to the Rocky Mountains to check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. A touchdown pass there for Derek Carr. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
We play to win. Let's go.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. On first down, Jenkins. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. That time through the air. 34 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Let's go. Let's go.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McCann for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd and 10. And off comes to Montgomery. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Fields. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Working with a 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw able to get in there for his. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again.
And I think the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They snap it to Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Throwing on 1st down, Jenkins. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Jalen Johnson. A young quarterback, Charles Roll. To his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, It may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
2nd and 5 now.
Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
3rd and long. It's Fields.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. Dallas Goedert. His first touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Fields throw into the hands of Henry here.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
7 yards the pick up there.
26, Mike. Watch the slip.
From the 22, Fields. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Fields on 3rd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Forced out to his left. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Niners are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0.
To boot it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Fields. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And here we go on 4th down, Fields. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Dancing to his left. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better 1st quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for San Francisco, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks.